Hello, Gemini. This is EJ with a bonus reading to say thank you so much for being here and always supporting my channel. We have two cards, the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. This definitely lets me know that you've been up at night thinking about your finances, worried about your finances, right? Because the Nine of Swords is like so many thoughts going on, having insomnia, not being able to think clearly or sleep. Obviously, you can't think clearly if you're not sleeping right? And the Ten of Pentacles is, you know, again, that money thing, right? So I feel like there's a lot of us that are worried about finances, or and just to note, it's 11:11 right now. I mean 1:11 right now. So new beginnings, you guys, new beginnings. But anyways, I'm sorry that I got distracted. I looked at the time and I saw that and I was just like, whoa, that's interesting. But the Nine of Swords and that Ten of Pentacles, again, just being worried about finances and not being able to maybe make ends meet, maybe not find the job that pays right, maybe just worried about how you're going to make things happen, okay? Now, we also have the Lover's card, where this is your energy. This is very strong indication that this is you. This is happening to you. You're worried about your finances, your financial stability, your stability in general, because that Ten of Pentacles is a solid foundation, right? Having a solid ground. And this could be that you're worried about that and you're faced with decisions and you're just like, what decisions do I need to make to, you know, so what do I need to do, right, to make things better for my situation. And so, but with the Lover's card, what I like about the Lover's card is that it is also a card of making good decisions, right? And, you know, although you're faced with a lot of difficult decisions, you make the right decision. I wouldn't jump into things, especially if it's a quick, you know, get rich quick kind of scheme or something like that. You know, I don't feel like that's going to work in the long term, and you're going to be back to the same situation. So really be thoughtful about decisions that you make, especially when it comes to your finances, okay? The next card we have is the Ace of Swords, and that's all about gaining clarity and seeing the truth of your situation. And with that, it allows you to focus on the right direction, right decisions, right to do the right thing, okay? And I like that because it narrows things down for you, right? Because you're just like, okay, I've got it. I see very clearly what needs to happen. I see exactly the decisions I need to make, rather than kind of being all over the place and having anxiety and you know, just all of these thoughts going through your head. Now let's go ahead and get some more. Spirit, what else for Gemini? And for those of you that leave comments for me to shuffle on camera, it's impossible for me to shuffle right now in front of the camera. And the reason why is that my tripod is very small. It's probably about 6 inches tall. And here's the distance from the camera to here is not that, it's about 12 inches. So if I put my hands in front of the camera with both hands, I will knock the camera over. And until I can invest on an overhead tripod, this is what I have to do. So just so you're aware, I do read the comments, but I wanted to address that because I do see that a lot. And I just didn't want you guys to think that I'm not reading the comments. I do read them. It just takes me a little bit longer to respond, but that is why I can't shuffle on camera, if that's what you're wanting. All right, so we have the Tower card. Love this because it's paired with the Ace of Swords. And the reason why I say I love that is because all of these things and people and situations are being removed out of your path to give you the clarity that you need. So you're being able to see exactly what needs to happen. So I love that the Tower is showing up in this way because, again, it's an unexpected change that allows you to see very clearly what needs to happen and decisions that you need to make. I know sometimes, you know, sudden change, I mean, like, for instance, like before it had that change, right? Like before the Tower, here we are trying to figure out what to do and get clarity on how to move forward and with decisions that we need to make, right? Then the Tower comes in and it's a sudden change that happens that says, oh, a light bulb goes on, right? We gain clarity. We see the truth of our situation. And now we know how to handle it and move forward. Where to before, we were in that Nine of Swords energy where we're lost in our thoughts, okay? Now, I do see there is going to be, again, some kind of change here, okay? Especially when it comes, it could be in the form of your job with management. It could be in the form of, you know, things happening that it's going to let's get some more cards, okay? Spirit, what else do we have for Gemini? Because it could change from here, right? We got to see what other cards come out for you. What else for Gemini? What else for Gemini? What else for Gemini? I feel like some of you are at a loss, right? Like not at a, I mean, you could be at a loss financially, but I see some of you at a loss of not having the clarity that you need or the direction that you need to go in. It's just like there's like the Seven of Cups, right? We got all of these thoughts. We need to make decisions and we just we don't know what decision to make. And for that reason is why I like this Tower, because the Tower is like, well, let me eliminate all of these things that are confusing you so that you can gain focus and gain clarity and make good decisions, okay? And because the Lover's card and the Ace of Swords are close together, are next to each other, that tells me that you are going to gain that clarity that you need to be able to make good decisions about your situation, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be in your job or business. It could be in your home life, right? With your stability. What else, Spirit? Okay, Two of Wands. Yeah, see, this makes a whole lot of sense now. And here's why. The Two of Wands is contemplating what direction to go and decisions to make, what to do in life. We're thinking about this a lot with that Nine of Swords. We're looking out into the world and it's stressing us out, right? It's giving us insomnia. Your mind is working 100,000 miles per hour because you don't know what to do, because maybe finances are not that great. But the Ten of Pentacles, I mean, again, it could be your stability, right? So I do see you making decisions about that when it comes to the Two of Wands here, and making plans and trying to be more positive. But I do feel like there's something that is going to be very favorable for you, okay? And I feel like this, if it's an ending of a job due to management change or company changes, then I feel like that's going to allow you to move into something better, okay? What else? What else for Gemini? What else for Gemini, please? What else for Gemini? What does Gemini need to know? Okay. Knight of Wands. Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. And again, this is about, you could be moving jobs, moving home, because that's what the Knight of Wands is all about. The Knight of Wands is about movement, right? Having energy and having ideas. And again, it's a house, it's a card of, moving house or moving jobs as well. But it's also a card of being cautious and not rushing into things, is what I'm picking up here. I mean, the card isn't about being cautious, but that's the energy I'm picking up, because I do read intuitively. So with the Knight of Wands, it does tell me that there is some kind of action you'll be taking. I do see, again, changing jobs and a move. I see that all together. And I feel like money is going to change for you, and it's going to get better for you. You may not see that now, but I do see that coming. Okay. And again, with the Knight of Wands, it's like action, right? Things are happening. Planning for the future here with the Two of Wands. That's all. Wands are all about action. Remember, the Nine of Swords is just thoughts, because they're swords. And I feel like, again, you're going to gain that clarity of what action that you need to take here. All right. What else? What else? What else for Gemini, please? Six of Pentacles is the center of your reading. What did I tell you? There is going to be an opportunity that comes in. So again, for those of us that might be facing a loss in your employment, or maybe you're struggling financially, I feel like there's going to be an opportunity that comes out, and it is definitely going to offer you more than enough. I feel like things are going to be balanced out. I do see a lot of generosity coming in for you, okay? I do feel, again, you are going to make good decisions when it comes to this opportunity. All right, Spirit, what else for Gemini? We'll definitely get clarifiers to see what Spirit is really saying, okay? The Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, is strongly a Gemini reading here, okay? There's, other than the Knight of Swords, it's all Gemini energy here. So I do feel like with the Queen of Swords, you're really focused on what it is that you want. You know where you want in your life, and you know what you know what you want in your future, right? Because here you're looking out into it, and you're worried that you know, financially you may not be able to get there, but I see that is, you will get there, okay? And I do like the Queen of Swords when she shows up like this, because she's like, look, don't mess with me. I'm very clear about what I want. You know, I've already told you once. I'm not going to tell you twice, right? I'm very intuitive person here, but I also am getting an energy of being open to what is coming your way, okay? So I don't want you to jump into something that is, again, very quick and a turnaround. No, I feel like you do need to think things through. I do see that you're very independent, and then you don't really rely on anybody, right? Again, things are looking very good here. All right, Spirit, what else? What else for Gemini? What else for Gemini? What else for Gemini, please? Whoop, let me grab this card that fell. And it was face down, so we're going to do a quick shuffle here. All right, Spirit, what else? What else for Gemini? Ace of Wands. Okay, new beginnings, right? So we have two aces. We have the Tower. We have the Knight of Wands. So I see a lot of movement here, okay? I see a new beginning here with this Knight of Wands. And the reason why I say that is because the Tower is there, right? The Tower is like, I'm going to break all of this down. It's time for Gemini to do to be in a different path, to go down a different journey, to take action on something, right? So with this, it talks about a really great beginning, right? So great new beginning with work, with relationships, being very creative, inspiring, being inspired by something. And again, they're facing each other, the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Wands, which this is you saying, yep, this is what I know what I want. This is the direction I want to go in, right? This is where, and then we have the Three of Cups, where we're leading to celebrations here. We're leading to happiness because things are panning out in the way that we want them to. So overall, the energy is positive. It feels very good. It feels like there's some good decisions coming your way. I feel like financially you might be in a struggle at this current moment, but I feel like it's going to get better for you. So we're going to go ahead and clarify, and we're actually going to use the Fountain Tarot today. I know I normally use the Revelations Tarot because I love that deck, but we are going to switch it up, and we are going to use the Revelations, the Fountain Tarot. Oh my goodness. All right. Divine Universe, Holy Spirit, and Guardian Angels. Let's clarify this reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Let's clarify with all honesty and integrity, please, for Gemini. What is Gemini need to know, please? What is Gemini need to know? Let's clarify. Let's give them the clarity, the clarification they need in the direction, the guidance. All right, thank you, Spirit. All right, we're going to clarify this Six of Pentacles because that is the center of the reading, and I really want to know what this is about. So Spirit, let's clarify this Six of Pentacles, please. Let's clarify this Six of Pentacles, please, for Gemini. What is this all about? What is this all about, please? So we have two cards, you guys. We have the Hierophant, Taurus energy here. And this talks about, you know, again, this isn't like an institution, right? This is a company, a business. You know, it's also, you know, trusting and having faith. And I feel like you're searching to do the right thing. You're searching for something good. I feel like right now you're doing something very traditional, right? The 9 to 5 kind of job. And you know, so you're trusting that that's going to go well for you. And then we have the Strength card, you know, which is a Leo energy, which you have a lot of self-discipline and patience, and you have a lot of determination and willpower here, right? You have that strength and courage to persevere past anything. So I feel like whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, I feel like a lot of you are like the 9 to 5 is not really cutting it for you, and you're trying to figure something out. And this is really saying that really have the courage to step out in faith, right? Step out in faith into this new beginning, this new great beginning, and mind you, with that Ace of Wands. All right. So let's talk about Spirit. Let's talk about the Tower, please. Let's talk about this Tower for Gemini. Okay, I love it. We have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is all about, I want something different. I want to move forward. I want something better. I don't want to be in this predicament anymore, right? This situation is overwhelming. I don't want to do this anymore, right? So the 8 of Cups is like, I need to go, right? So, I love that it's showing up here with that Tower, because the Tower is breaking down all of the crud, all of the negativity, all of the blockages, right? And saying, okay, here you go. And this is you searching for that path and moving into that path and moving into the unknown, right? So really embracing it and really wholeheartedly trusting it. Again, here we are having the trust, the courage, and the faith to do this, right? So here it is, towards a new beginning that will allow you to have more than enough, and things will definitely balance out for you. Okay, so I do feel that there's a strong indication, you guys, that there is going to be some kind of movement for you, some kind of change. It's just a matter of time. Oh wow, look at that, the Fool card. So we're going to stick it there because I wasn't clarifying anything, and this was the last what we clarified. So this is you really embracing this new beginning, this new path, this new journey, right? The Fool is showing up, and I feel like this is going to allow you a fresh start. This new opportunity that's going to be offered to you, you need to trust it, because it's definitely going to allow you to have a fresh start, but you need to be excited and step out in faith. Well, I see you excited and stepping out in faith, because here we're celebrating. This is the actual outcome, right? Is that you're celebrating all of the good things that are leading up to this, this big change. And maybe, you know, like, again, you might be worried here, but you're excited to embrace something new. So you're making those good decisions because you know what you want as you plan for your future. So here it is. You got clear, you know exactly what you want, right? There's the clarity is there. Wow. Okay. Can we talk about the Knight of Wands, please? What is this Knight of Wands all about for Gemini? What is this Knight of Wands all about for Gemini? We have the Page of Swords. Okay, and again, that's Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Again, all Gemini readings, I'm reading energy here. Page of Swords is all about communication, right? There's a lot of communication, and you being very confident and eager and innovative to move forward. So there is going to be some really important, unexpected, exciting news that's going to allow you to move forward. Okay, and I see that there's going to be a lot of curiosity about this information that comes in, but you also have the Empress, and I feel like this is definitely going to bring you that abundance that you're seeking and that growth that you're seeking here. Okay, and I love that. I mean, look at the cards already. It feels good. It looks good. I mean, it's definitely something that you truly deserve, right? This is something that you truly deserve. With what, you know, oh my gosh, I'm getting tongue twisted because I'm getting excited here. Okay, so with what is here, again, there's a lot of abundance and prosperity and stability. Things are coming to fruition for you. Okay, and you're taking action towards this, and I love that, because that the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands are there, and that's all about action. You taking that action and moving forward, being very curious about what's going to happen, and then lo and behold, you come into this abundance, and you move into a time of great celebrations and moving into a time of stability. All right, let's talk about the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, please. We have the 7 of Coins. And with that Seven of Coins, you know, again, being very patient. If we look at the picture, he looks very, very patient, right? He's like, well, I'm patiently waiting, excuse me, to take action towards what it is that I want, right? Towards this new beginning. I mean, I haven't lost for words. I'm going to take a quick drink here. But this is you having that dedication, right? That motivation, that, you know, really being very thoughtful about decisions that you make. And because of that, you have a very positive outcome, right? You have, I mean, look at all of your cards. You have a very positive outcome because you're being very thoughtful about what you do and decisions that you make. That's going to affect you now and in the future. With that Two of Wands, we're planning out into the future, right? And you're being very clear about what it is what you want. And you're being very smart about this, right? So we're making good decisions. Here we are with the Lovers card. Let's talk about the Lovers card. Can we get insight on this Lovers card? What about this Lovers card, please? Can we get insight on the Lovers card, please? Insight on the Lovers card, please. Okay. So, Six of Coins. We're making decisions about a job opportunity, right? Or some kind of finances. There's definitely going to be a change in your financial circumstances that's going to lead you to stability and really have what you deserve. So you're making those decisions. And then we have the Seven of Wands where, you know, I love the Seven of Wands because it talks about determination and overcoming, right? Having that power to overcome. It's like, I'm going to take the reins. I'm going to triumph against all odds. I'm making the right decision to beat this, right? So I'm going to move past all of this, even though we're clarifying the Lovers card, decisions. This is you making decisions when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your stability. And then you have the Six of Wands there where it talks about, yes, look at me. He's so excited that he beat all odds, right? He's so excited that he overcame the challenges, the worry, excuse me, the stress that you were, you know, that we're all going through, right? We've overcome that. And with that motivation, we're just like pushing and pushing and pushing. And there we are celebrating, right? So good news are coming in, victory and success, recognition, there's hope, there's faith, there's excitement here. I mean, it's just clear as day where you're going here. It's clear as day where we going. You know, I should say we, because I'm a Gemini as well. So where we're going to a time of abundance, prosperity, right? Whatever we want, we're manifesting that, right? We're becoming a magnet to what it is that we're desiring, and it's coming to us, right? And it might have been taking a long, long time, but you know what? Spirit is saying it's well worth it. Your patience is going to be rewarded tenfold, right? 100-fold because of your patience, because of your dedication, because of your faith, because of your willpower, your hope, and your desire to want something better, right? We had that Eight of Cups. We want to embrace the unknown to great things, right? So you're embracing that, you're receiving it, and then lo and behold, everything just falls into you know, into the way that it should. Amazing. All right, let's talk about this Ten of Pentacles. Let's talk about that Ten of Pentacles. Do we want to talk about the Ten of Pentacles? The Hangman. Yeah, see? We're thinking a lot about that, but we're changing our perspective. And the reason why I say we're thinking a lot about that is because we also had that Nine of Swords. Remember that. It's heavy on our mind. And now we have the Hangman where we're being enlightened, right? We're like, okay, I need to change this circumstance, right? I need to change my situation. How do I do that? I search for the truth, right? As I transition, as I wait for things to happen, I need to search for the truth, get to the bottom line, right? And then what I need to do is change my perspective and change my thoughts, my habits in the way that I do and see things so that I can clearly make good decisions to have success, that successful outcome, right? So there it is, you guys. I mean, spirit is amazing, isn't he? Because it just really just gives us that, the push that we need, gives us the clarity that we need. You know, I mean, I love the messages that come out here because it's very clear that, you know, we are still very worried about what we're going to do with our stability and our finances. But Spirit is like the hangman. As you're waiting, behind the scenes, things are starting to move. We don't see it until it actually happens in our situation, right? It has to happen. Here, we're not seeing it. And then it gradually you get to here, and then boom, there's a new start for you, right? There's that offer. There's that, you know, that windfall of money, right? Things, and then, you know, things just start to unfold for you, manifest, because you're very patient. I mean, the outcome, you're celebrating all of this, right? So then this, the Nine of Swords, and worried about money and what to do is no longer. Why? Because you let it go, right? You were enlightened. You're like, you know what? The only way that I can move forward is to be positive. And the only thing I could do that is let things go, right? So that Ace of Swords, I'm going to eliminate all that. And the Spirit's like, oh, well, let me meet you halfway. Let me remove the people. Let me remove the walls. Let me remove the blockages so that you can continue to go on this path to success. Wow, this is amazing. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. You know, a like, a subscribe, share the video. And again, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Always showing me love, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And until next time.